Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
Sarvasyo
Sarvasyo
Durvida
Galoveda
Savisa cha bhavata shikshito yadanugraha
Sarahasyo dhanurvedaha Savisargopasamyamaha Astragramascha bhavata Shikshito yadanugraha Sarahasyo dhanurveda
Savisargopasamyama
Astragramascha bhavata Shikshito yadanugraha
Sarahasya
Confidential
Dhanurveda
Knowledge in the art of manipulating bows and arrows.
Knowledge in the art of manipulating bows and arrows.
Savisarga
Sarvisarga Releasing Upasamyama Controlling Astra Weapons Ramaha
All kinds of
Cha
and
Bhavata
by yourself.
Shikshita
Learned Yat by whose
Anugraha
mercy of. Translation. It was by Dronacharya's mercy that you learned the military art of throwing arrows and the confidential art of controlling weapons.
Astra gramasya bhavata shikshito yadanugraha. This is also another Vedic civilization that if you are benefited by somebody, you should always remain obliged to him. Shikkhita jat anugraha. There is one Bengali proverb, Guru Mara Vidya. Guru, you learn from him first of all, then kill him. Don't care for Guru. This is divine. By the grace of Guru, you learn something. Then when you learn something, then you become greater than him. Don't care for Guru. This is demonic. Even if you have learned something, you must feel always obliged. Athapadarshak. So this is Vedic civilization. Draupadi advising Arjuna that you have learned this military art by his grace, by Guru's grace. Now you are expert in the science of military art, and suppose his son has committed some sinful activity, you cannot punish him, retaliate, so that Guru's family will be agreed. This is Vedic culture. Not only he is personally, but in his absence, his wife, his family, you should consider that. So there is nothing about what is part, read.
Dhanurveda, or military science, was taught by Dronacharya with all its confidential secrets of throwing and controlling by Vedic hymns. Gross military science is dependent on material weapons, but finer than that is the art of throwing arrows, saturated with Vedic hymns, which act more effectively than gross material weapons like machine guns or atomic bombs. The control is by Vedic mantras, or the transcendental science of sound. It is said in the Ramayana that Maharaj Dattaratha, the father of Lord Sri Rama, used to control arrows by sound only. He could pierce his target with his arrow by hearing the sound only, without seeing the object. So this is a finer military science than that of the gross material military weapon.
It is called Sabdabhedi Bhat. Just like I cannot see where is the bird is chirping, but Sabdavedi Ban I can throw, wherever the bird is, it will go and kill. That is called Sabdavedi Ban. Maharaj Dasarath used it. Therefore he was cursed that he would die being aggrieved when Ramchandra will vanish. Go on.
So this is a finer military science than that of the gross material military weapons used nowadays. Arjuna was taught all this, and therefore don't he admit that Arjuna feel obliged to Acharya Drona for all these benefits. And in the absence of Dronacharya, his son was the representative. That was the opinion of the good lady Draupadi. It may be argued why Dronacharya, a rigid Brahmana, should be a teacher in military science. But the reply is that a Brahmana should become a teacher, regardless of what his department of knowledge is. A learned Brahmana should become a teacher, a priest, and a recipient of charity. A bona fide Brahmana is authorized to accept such professions.
So, there is nothing special to be explained. The only important part of this verse is that don't learn Guru Mara Vidya. Even if you become more learned than your Guru, you should not exhibit it before your Guru. You should always remain a full number one, just like Chaitanya Mahaprabhu showed himself by his example. Guru Mare Murkha Dekhi Karila Sasa. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was not Murkha, but he has taught us that before Guru we shall always remain a Murkha. That is advancement. Not that I know more than Guru, I don't care for Guru. Now give me blessing that I can find out some better Guru. This nonsense. If you don't find, if your Guru is not perfect, then why you are asking blessing to find out another? So, anyway, this Guru Mara Vidya should be avoided. That is the instruction in this verse we can get, and that is the Vedic way. It is not that Draupadi is speaking, but Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is also speaking. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was very strict on this point. As soon as Vallabhacharya spoke that I have written a better comment than Siddhartha, immediately Chaitanya Mahaprabhu became offended. So he said, oh, you have become more than Siddhartha Swami? You don't care for Swami? He remarked immediately, Swami Jiva nahi mane Veshya Balidwani. That is the system. You cannot overrule Acharya. upasanam. Acharya should be always worshipped. Even if you, by ABCD, you have become more learned than the Acharya, that is not possible. But if you foolishly think like that, still you should not exhibit your foolishness, that you know more than the Acharya. That is Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. By his life example, he has taught us that the more we remain ignorant, foolish before the Acharya, before the Guru, that is more we advance. Real success is how one is faithful to his Guru. That is real success. Jasya devi para bhakti jatha devi tatha guru. It is not by education, grammatical knowledge you can learn anything. No. It is by the grace of the Supreme Personality, Godhead. And that grace comes down through the grace of Guru. That grace also does not come direct. We should not be neglecting this point. Jasya devi para bhakti jatha devi tatha guru tasyaite hi gotita arthya prakasana. Things become revealed by devotion, not by so-called education. No. Chirang vichinna, nachana ekopi chirang vichinna. Prasada leshanugrihita eva hi. By little prasada, satisfaction. In many places these things are stated. Jatkarunna katakha vaivavatam gaurame vastamaha. Karunna katakha, not complete karuna, but katakha, simply little glance. He becomes so great. Kaivallanga narakayati tidasa purakasa. Therefore Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur says, Jasya prasadat bhagavat prasad. Not that bhagavat prasada is achieved by education and grammar. No. Jasya prasadat bhagavat prasad. By the mercy of Guru, one can achieve. That is just like a common word. If you love me, love my dog. So, you cannot approach Krishna without loving his dog, his servant. Satang prasangat. A person who is trying to distribute the message of Krishna, he is very, very dear dog of Krishna. Nacha tasmat manusyeshu kaschit me priyakrittama. It doesn't matter how far he is advanced in education, how far he has learned grammar. These are not the things. The thing is how far he is working to carry out the mission of Krishna. Then one has to receive Krishna's mercy through that bona fide servant. Krishna cannot be bluffed by so-called education and grammar. Krishna is not so. Bhakta mam abhijanati. He never says by grammar or by education one can understand. He never says. Bhaktya mam abhijanati jamana jasyami tattva. We should be educated, we should be very careful, but real thing is bhakti. Bhajate mamanandava sadhureva samantava apite sudurachara. Many places it is said, Tadvaga visarkat janataga viprava jasmin pratisrupa avaddavattapi. Even a bhakta writes something which is not very grammatically, rhetorically very correct. Tadvaga visarkat janataga viprava namani anantasya jasankitani. But because you have tried to broadcast the glories of the Lord, even not in perfect language, that is his qualification. Tadvaga visarkat janataga viprava jasmin pratisruko avaddavattapi namani anantasya jasankitani. God, Kindanti Sindanti, Gayanti Sadhava. The sadhu, they are not interested about rhetorical or grammatical adjustment. The sadhu want to see who has spoken. If he is a Vaishnava, then his words will be accepted. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu strictly prohibits that he is not a Vaishnava, don't hear from him. Avaishnava mukhadginna pujahari kathamritam savanam na kartam. He is such a learned man, he writes so nicely, correctly. But because he is not Vaishnava, one should not hear from him. Why? It is so nicely written down. Sarpachisto payojatha. Milk is very good food, everyone knows. But as soon as it is touched by the leaves of a serpent, it is poison. Therefore it is forbidden. And one who has no knowledge how to respect Guru, how he can become Vaishnava? Chariya Vaishnava Seva Nistar Peche Keva. Narottam Das Thakur says, if you don't become a faithful servant of Vaishnava, there is no possibility of your liberation. Chariya Vaishnava Seva Nistar Peche. তাদেরও চরণ সেবী ভক্ত সনে বাস জনমে জনমে মোর এই অভিলাষ. Our determination should be to serve the previous Guru and Acharya, even Parampara. That is our determination. Tadero Charana Seva, our service, not directly Krishna. Because to serve Vaishnava is more than serving Krishna directly. Mad Bhakta Puja Obhadina. Krishna likes that. He doesn't accept anyone's service directly. It is a gross mistake. That Narottam Das Thakur is teaching us. Tadero into becoming one with Krishna or one with the gopis. These are all Mahabharata philosophy. Tadero Charana Seva. You have to serve the servant of Krishna. Tadavitra Dasa Dasa Dasanu Dasa. That is not direct. So, Draupadi is reminding Jajanugrahat Sikhita Bhavata. You are neglecting his satisfying him. Do you think if you kill his son, he will be satisfied? Maybe his son is a criminal. From all points of view, Still, ultimately, if you kill his son, he will be angry. That is natural. That is natural. There was in Allahabad, it is our practical experience, two brothers, all of a sudden they become angry, they fought one another, one brother was killed. Anger is so dangerous. So naturally, he was in the court, he was ordered to be hanged. Then the father appealed to the court that my one son is already killed. And the other remaining son, if he is also killed, then what will be my condition? So court considered this proposal, and the boy was ordered to be killed, he was saved. This consideration is there. In ordinary way. Actually, these sons were rogues, they fought, one is killed, another is going to be killed. But this old man will be finished. The court considered. And he was saved. He was not hanged. He was given some long duration of imprisonment that we have seen. See, the same thing, the affection is everywhere. So Draupadi is giving the best instruction that by the mercy of Dronacharya we have learned this art, and now this art we are going to use for killing his son. What is this logic? Very good argument. A similar argument was given by Duryodhana to Dronacharya. Dronacharya and this Draupadi's father, they become inimical. So he got a son, Uttara. No? Anyway, that son was meant for killing Dronacharya. But at the same time, that son was a student of Dronacharya in the art of military science. So, Duryodhana reminded Dronacharya that this son, Virat Maharaj's son, he is meant for killing you, and you have foolishly taught him the military science. Now he is using the military science to kill you. So there are so many instances like that, that sometimes this art, Guru Vidya, is done by rascals and fools. That should not be done. That is an instruction from every practical point of view. Thank you very much.
Hare Krishna. Om Gyanatimayandasya Gananjana Salakaya Chakchurun Militanyena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Namo Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prestaya Bhutaye Srimate Bhaktivedanta Swaminiti Namane Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Pracharne Nirvishesha Sunyavadi Brahsyatya Desatarne Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Srivasadi Gaura Bhaktavrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare. Okay, thank you. So we heard a nice class there from Srila Prabhupada. It was all about the mercy of the Guru and how do we actually, what is our relationship with the Guru and so on. So the translation was, it was by Dronacharya's mercy that you learned the military art of throwing arrows and the confidential art of controlling weapons. And this was a verse from the Srimad Bhagavatam 1.7.44. So Srila Prabhupada begins with a point. It says that if we are benefited by someone, that we should feel obliged. So this is something which is very prevalent in Vedic culture. So it's to know that anything we can do is only by the grace of others. It's not to our own endeavor. And that's the main point really in this verse. I'm not sure if anybody can remember the name of the military science in terms of the Sanskrit. Yes, the Dhanurveda. So it says this military science was taught by Dronacharya. So it's the art of throwing and controlling by Vedic hymns. So Srila Prabhupada says that actually the gross material weapons such as atomic bombs, missiles and so on, that are actually not as effective as weapons by like sound vibration. So he gave the example of Maharaj Dasarat. So Maharaj Dasarat, he was actually expert in this military science, and that's how he actually got cursed as well. That he killed a bird. If I correct me if I'm wrong, if the bird was actually a sage, and he got cursed in that sense that his own life would be taken. So the example is given as well of Draupadi, of course, and Draupadi was feeling empathy with the mother of Ashvatthama, and can somebody explain what was the reason that she tried to actually persuade Arjuna with? Yes, Srinivas Prabhu. Yes.
Actually, with this instance with Ashwatthama, Jiva Goswami gives a more deep understanding on this topic. He says Krishna didn't want him to be killed because Dronacharya himself was a Brahmana. He shouldn't have fought against the Pandavas, but somehow in this way he misguided his son. So in order to balance it out, Krishna cut the jewel of his head off. So in that sense, he was killed, but not killed. So he satisfied everyone. Because people wanted him to be killed. But then Krishna didn't want him to be killed, and Draupadi sided with Krishna, and Arjuna sided with Krishna.
Yes, thank you. Shri Shri Radha Gagulananda ki,
Jai.
Shri Shri Sitaram Laxman Hanuman ki,
Jai.
Shri Shri Gauranitai ki.
Jai.
So yes, that's the point, that he was a Brahmana, and also he was the actual teacher of Arjuna as well. So he actually was Arjuna's preceptor, and in terms of the actual in being indebted to the teacher, this was one of the reasons as well that it's not a very, being very grateful if you kill the son of your preceptor in that sense. And Srila Prabhupada, he goes on to say that we can't actually learn anything, in terms of, grammatical endeavor and so on. It's anything that we can actually learn is by the grace of the Guru. So, if anybody can remember, what does Srila Prabhupada say that real success is? He makes a statement. Yes. That real success is to be faithful to the Guru. And then Srila Prabhupada goes on to actually quote a verse from the Setsvatara Upanishad. Can you recall which verse this is, I wonder? Yes, Achyutanandavu.
Yes, Devi Parabhaktir. तथा देवी यथा देवी तथा गुरो तस्यर्ते ये कथितायर्था प्रकाशन्ते महात्मना.
Yes, thank you, Boo. So, only unto those great souls who have implicit faith in both the Lord and the spiritual master are all the imports of the Vedic knowledge automatically revealed. So, by the mercy of Guru, one can achieve. This is just like, so Srila Prabhupada uses a common statement, and an analogy that, if you can remember, a common statement that Srila Prabhupada uses in terms of our, allegiance to the Guru and so on. Okay, can you remember, I wonder? Yeah. Yeah, Srila Prabhupada uses a common statement which is used in terms of an analogy about, how we should be with a guru. Yeah, if you love me, love my dog. So, that's what we're saying, that we should be like, like a dog, and then Srila Prabhupada mentions, how do we become a very dear dog to Krishna? It's also a verse from the, Srila Prabhupada quotes a verse as well from the Bhagavad Gita, but how do we actually become a dear dog to Krishna? No. But it's just a statement rather than the verse. Not what he said in this instance. No. So Srila Prabhupada says, because he has tried to broadcast the glories of the Lord, that's the qualification, that we actually try to actually broadcast the Lord's glories. So to distribute the message of Krishna. Yeah. And Srila Prabhupada, he mentions that even if one is a devotee, but they're not so grammatically perfect, but then even if a devotee tries to actually broadcast the glories of Krishna, and then that's actually that's perfect. But if one is actually a very accomplished and like a good writer and so on, that in terms of their like being grammatically perfect, but if they're not an actual devotee, then we should not hear from them. So if you can remember the actual verse which was quoted in this connection. Yes, thank you, Ananda Krishna.
From first canto, Tadvaga Visargo, Janataga Viplavo, Yasmanvati Shlokam Abadhavatyapi, Namanyanantasya Shankitanya Trinamanti Gayanti Grananti Sadavaha.
Thank you, Boo. Thank you. So that verse, it says that basically says that if one even though like this knowledge is imperfectly composed, it is accepted by purified men who are thoroughly honest. So people who are actually sincere will actually avail of that knowledge in a sense. And Srila Prabhupada goes on to mention that in terms of actually someone who is not a devotee, in terms of actually listening to him and so on, it's like, giving milk to a serpent. So it's not actually going to benefit anyone. So I'd like to ask if there's any questions or any comments. Yes, Srinivasbu.
Prabhupada gave an example with, I think, Brahmananda was working with Prabhupada one time. Some man Prabhupada pushed Brahmananda aside, he pushed him. And Prabhupada said, this is what the Mayavadis do. They accept Guru. Once they achieve their perfection, they push the Guru away.
Yes, thank you, Srinivasbu. That was actually one of the points at the beginning of the lecture as well, so thanks for mentioning that. Okay, so thank you very much. That'll be it for today, unless there's any more comments or questions. Yes, Paramakrunabhu. Thank you.
Yeah, I think Srila Prabhupada was speaking about not Dashrath killing the bird. He was just given an example. There's a noise of the bird. You can't see the bird, but if one has this knowledge of weapons, Dhanurveda, then without even seeing the bird, one can shoot the arrow, and the arrow will reach the bird. So yeah, he wasn't speaking, as far as I remember, he wasn't speaking about that Dashrath shot the arrow to the birds without seeing the bird. But there is an incident at the beginning of Ramayana where Dashrath, when he's a young man, he's in the forest, and he ends up shooting a young boy, Shravan Kumar. And this Shravan Kumar is fetching water for his parents, who are blind. And then, he kills this boy accidentally, thinking this is some wild animal. He didn't actually see the boy, but he shot the arrow. And then Dashrath tells the bad news to his parents, and his parents are devastated and then curse him. Just as we've been separated, or we're in lamentation due to separation of our son, you will also go through this, and you will also meet death, just as we're in lamentation and we're going to meet death because of the separation. Yeah. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Thank you, Boo. Yeah. I know in this instance, Srila Prabhupada says in the lecture that Yes, he talks about, he's mentioned Sabdaveti. I can throw wherever the bird is and it will go and kill. This is called Sabdaveti. Maharaj Dasarat used it. Therefore he was cursed that he would die being aggrieved when Chandra will be banished. Would it? Yes, yeah. Yes, yeah. Sure. Sure.
So,
Yes.
Srila Prabhupada made the point that things become revealed by devotion, not just by education. So I just wondered if you could expand on that just a little bit.
Yes, that in terms of understanding Shastra, that it mentions a verse that to those who have implicit faith in the spiritual master, the imports of all Vedic knowledge will be revealed. So my understanding is that through devotional service, through service to the Guru, that they will actually impart that knowledge, like it says in the Bhagavad Gita that the spiritual master will impart knowledge onto us because they have seen the truth, in that sense. That it's not academic, like a mundane academic, it's more revelation. Yeah. Yes, Pirojana Prabhu. Thank you.
That phrase, love me, love my dog, I don't know if it was mentioned that I will follow, because a dog is faithful to its master. So it's simple. It follows the master, but though he feeds him, he's still following like a dog. He's faithful. He's at his heels all the time, and also protective of his spiritual master too, his teachings. I don't know if that was mentioned in that way when he said, "Love my dog."
Yes, yeah. I don't think he mentioned the protection bit, but
yeah.
Sure, thank you. Yes, Bishal Prabhu. Thank you.
Sure. Just a question. I was thinking, should we try to get a guru as soon as possible in our Krishna consciousness? Because the more we wait, naturally we get a lot of knowledge without having a guru. We feel confident, we feel all these things without actually having a guru. So when we do get a guru, does that our kind of value towards the guru is becomes less if we, therefore we should get a guru as soon as possible? Or is there, it's just a thought. I don't know if any devotees have any comments.
Thank you. My understanding is that in terms of taking shelter of a guru, in terms of an instructing guru, I think it's good to do that as soon as possible, like to take shelter of Srila Prabhupada. But my understanding is that it's a guru is still once in a lifetime thing, that it's not to be rushed, and it's to be only when we're ready and we can actually make that actual commitment in good understanding and knowledge. That's my understanding. Is something which is very serious, and it's not to be done prematurely. Yes, that's okay, Bichal or Poo.
Thank you.
And Priyojana Poo. Thank you.
I remember Mother Kalangana when I asked her for her to be my guru, and she says, "Don't be foolish. I'm conditioned soul just like you. No, but you must find yourself a guru, a bona fide guru. That not expect somebody like to match like Prabhupada. You know, it's not like that. You know, when you actually start to follow a guru, the reality is that that you do. If he's following Prabhupada, then you must take a guru, but you must also obey him, and you find out actually when you take a guru, you're unsure of yourself anyway, but if you do follow him, then and you try and please him, then that actually he is somebody that you can follow, that you are convinced, and because he's following Prabhupada anyway. So do it. He follows Prabhupada, and it's you know, it was like that for me. You know, I didn't realize when I got my spiritual master that actually he was a wonderful person, a wonderful guru, and but he was sticking to, no matter what, to Prabhupada all the time, and so moved from the being asking my a lady, a woman, to be a guru. No, Prabhupada says that's like she prostituting herself. Become a prostitute. No, we follow Prabhupada. Prabhupada says, women aren't gurus. You must follow Prabhupada in that way. And there's been also some controversy on that, where people, you know, follow somebody and they're convinced by them, but the GBC don't approve.
And I don't know if there's any breakfast today, but Srimad Bhagavatam ki, Srila Prabhupada ki, all glories to assembled devotees. Krishna, Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, dear devotees. We'll be having bhajans at 9:15 in the temple room. So if you are free, please do come join along. Hare Krishna.